zombies have attacked, most of the world is in real trouble because they don't know what I know.
Brains.
Zombies won't eat your brains if you have a nice supply of warm hot dogs laying around. Now, since the zombies took over, things like microwaves and stoves don't work anymore. So if you don't feed the zombies warm hot dogs, it can have bad results.
No, I have hot dogs. I have hot dogs. Here, take the hot dog. Take the hot dog. Yeah, good.
No cold
What?
dogs, brains.
What? No! Ah! No cold dogs.
See what I mean? Gotta heat the dogs. People realize pretty fast that they need to make fire. But without a stove, fire's not that easy to make.
I need a fire to make these hot dogs. Why doesn't this work? It's fire and wood. Burn! Burn!
Brains.
So today I'm going to show you how to build a fire with things laying around your house so you can keep your brains and warm those hot dogs. Before we get to the how, we need to know something about the why. Fire is incredibly simple to make, but it takes a lot of care. As you saw, you can't just put a match to wood and expect a hot dog roasting campfire. Every fire, every single wood needs the same 3 things, and only 3 things. We need fuel, we need oxygen, and finally we need a heat source. Luckily, one of these 3 things is easy, oxygen. It is already about 21% of our air. This makes us 1/3 of the way closer to having a fire. Now, as we saw from my brother, you can't just hold a match to a log and get a fire. So let's look at some methods of getting a fire going using that oxygen and some hidden heat sources and fuel sources lying around our house. Safety warning, kids, don't try this at home. I'm a trained professional, and attempting these methods before the zombies attack is likely to burn your house to the ground and really anger your parents. We have a fire extinguisher right here, and safety is our first priority. Don't do it. Seriously, don't. Once the zombies attack, you may think you have no need for laundry. But the clothes dryer can be your best friend. Dryers contain dryer lint, or basically small bits of fabric that collect when you do the laundry. These little bits burn easily and can be used to turn your kindling into a hot dog roasting fire. Just reach inside and pull out the filter of your dryer. Clean off all that beautiful dryer lint and take it with you. I've got my dryer lint in the center, and I've covered it in small wood chips so that the fire from the lint has something to catch easily. I also have my kindling, or small sticks, ready to go. My heat source is going to be a single match. Once struck, I use it to light the dryer lint in a couple places. I'm using a classic log cabin build method because it is very stable and it makes sure I have an open channel for the most important part, air. 21% of the air we breathe is oxygen, and we need to get that oxygen into the fire. The more oxygen, the better the fire will burn. You need to be careful and patient when getting the fire started. Long, slow, steady breaths across the fire, forcing oxygen into the base, should be your goal. Let the fire burn up and continue to blow long and steady into it. Move your kindling around as needed to make sure it is in the flame and starting to burn. Don't get frustrated. Building a proper fire takes time and practice to master, but if you are patient and follow these techniques, you will soon have a fire going strong, and all you have left to do is sit back and smile. Now, if you find yourself in a bathroom, there are still great options in here to get that fire started. Right here we have some cotton balls, and over here we have a jar of Vaseline. Vaseline is petroleum jelly, yes, petroleum, just like the petroleum that goes in your parents' gas tank. The cotton balls act like the wick of a candle. Combined, they make a long-burning fuel source, perfect for getting our fire started. Totally cover the cotton balls in Vaseline. Work the cotton around in your hands, mixing the Vaseline in. Pull the cotton apart to make sure it is covered. Ball it back up. It should be a slimy mess. A ferrocerium fire starter is going to be my heat source. It consists of a metal striker and a rod. When struck, the sparks reach over 5,000 degrees, even when wet, which makes it a great heat source. Notice no wood chips this time. This method works so well we can move straight to the kindling. Keep building as needed, so that the kindling is always over the flames. Once again, blowing into the base long and steady is important. Because of its ease of use, the fire starter and cotton balls with Vaseline are my preferred method for making fire. So you've seen two different methods of household items that make great fuel sources. But if you remember our triangle, we also need a heat source, which is our single match or a fire starter. But if you don't have matches or a fire starter, not to worry, the answer is probably in your garage. I'm digging around for two more common household items you will likely find in your garage. Here we have some steel wool used to scrub things, and here we have a nice collection of 9-volt batteries. Perfect. We are going to use these two items as both our fuel source and our heat source. Steel wool is metal, running a current through it like the current the 9-volt battery provides. Causes short circuit, and if we do it right, fire. Notice, lots of wood chips this time. The short circuit won't produce flames, just heat, so we need lots of chips. A simple touch of the battery to the steel wool provides a spark and a cascade across the steel wool, igniting the chips. As you begin to build, continue to add more wood chips occasionally to keep the flames growing so they start to catch your kindling. As with every fire, oxygen is still key, so more long, slow breaths stoke the fire into a much larger blaze. A roaring fire is possible if you know what to look for to build it. Now you know how you can use common household items to get a nice fire going for cooking hot dogs. So even if your family turns into a bunch of brain-eating zombies, you can keep their bellies full with nice warm hot dogs. Until next time, I'm Tyler Rakel, reminding you that your brain is for thinking, not for food.